Eating eating skin. Would you? Okay, so let's say who's your hottest guy in the world, actor, whatever. Give me him. Come on, quick. We're on a podcast. We don't have all day.
Can I do men and women?
Sure, give me one of both.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Oh God, that's such a rough decision. I'm between Raul Esparza.
Never heard of him.
I know. Stay with me. And Jason Momoa.
Oh, Raul. Okay, so that two men.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also for women, I'd be like Eliza Dushku.
Is that Pubali's cousin? Blah blah blah.
It's so hot. I want to.
I know, dude. Go, yeah, like I bet that fucking mic stand would go way in there, girl.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm excited for that. Thank you.
Listen, don't start bossing me around on my fucking podcast in the first 2 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna like.
You're gonna cry in
These
the
meds
episode?
are gonna make me cry, man.
If you cry, I'm in for it.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. What do you like? Here's the moment. This is gonna be the opener of the podcast. Say hi, I'm Sarah. What?
Hi, I'm Sarah Tisinger.
And I approve this message. What the fuck? That was such an
Welcome to my podcast.
Oh,
My assistant tonight is Shane Newbert.
listen, we're not gonna do all that. You're not gonna claim my shit. I literally gave. Wait, okay. Cheers.
Cheers, Lansha.
Mm.
Oh God. Oh, that's.
And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shane Newbert, and we're here with a special guest. We've waited a long time to have her in the studio. She's a bit of a witch. She's a bit of a bitch. I'm so sorry. Should I not have said that?
No, that was good.
Okay. I feel like that was a really good burlesque intro.
Yep.
You know, she's everything you want, but you just can't have. She's a witch. She's a bitch, but she'll play good Quidditch. That's I almost said Star Wars, but Harry Potter
Harry
reference. Sarah Tisinger is in the studio today, and we waited a long time for you to be in here. You've turned into a bit of a degenerate criminal since
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally. And I'm so glad that you were along for that journey because I couldn't imagine sharing that moment with anyone else.
I don't think I'll ever forget it.
And no one else thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I know, and that's why that's exactly why we should tell the story right now.
Yeah.
It was at my birthday party.
Yeah.
So we were at my birthday party that took place at my house, and I had given Sarah this equipment for her to start her podcast, which is really killing it lately.
The podcast I haven't started yet?
Yeah.
It's cool.
You literally
TBD.
just took my junk, my old equipment, just to be junk in your house. Like
In my car.
Is it still in the car?
Still in my car.
You fuckface.
I love you.
It's been 100-some degrees.
I'm so sorry.
You fuck.
Oh, shit.
Ugh.
But I got you a present.
I know. Okay, so let's tell this story first, and then we'll go to the present.
Get it.
Okay, so we went to take the equipment to the car, and we had a beverage or two. Yeah.
Couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
But we went to take it to the car, and she said, hey, yeah, that's my car down there. We walk it, open up this beautiful new car. Wow, this thing is amazing. And I'm like smelling the interior, and like we're sitting in the back. Like
You're really talking it up, too. You're like, oh my God, you bad bitch.
like, dude, look at this car you got.
Yeah, because it was like the first time I've ever been able to buy a brand new car. So it was like a really big deal for me. And but the thing is, when we were walking to the car, I like couldn't get my keys out of my purse. So I really was just like listening to you and trying to get these keys out.
As we walked past your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, totally.
To the next car.
like a couple cars down.
Yeah. Like, oh,
It was
way
down
down.
there. Yeah.
You let us walk for a while. We
And
got
I'm
in.
like, yeah,
We
this
got
is
in somebody
amazing.
else's car. Yeah, we were in somebody else's car. We load up the equipment. We get out, shut the door, and then she says, "That's not my car." It was
It was
a
the
fun.
leather seats that really set me off. I was like, oh, my car's not this nice.
It was like a big, like
It was just a bigger version of my car.
a
really.
much bigger version of your car.
Yeah.
Enough that you should have known that it wasn't your car. So then I have to walk her back to find her car, and I make her prove to me that the lights light up. I hold her hand like she's my young child.
No, to get back into the house. But the thing is, like, I walked up to this vehicle and I pressed, like, when I finally got the keys out of my purse, I pressed, like, unlock. And then we got into the car. So I was like, of course, this is my car, that or I have magic keys. And then there was a moment when I realized this wasn't my car, but if the keys let me in, could I steal it? And I was like, nope, we're not doing crazy tonight.
Yeah, just like Ted Bundy thought that if you can get out of prison, that means you're out of
You're
prison.
done.
Yeah.
You're done, right? You did it. You did the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
if you can get away with something, it means you're in the clear.
Yep.
That's not what it means at
Oh,
all.
shit. I'm gonna have to rethink my entire life purpose now.
Well, you have a lot of life purposes, I would say, and one. Well,
Yeah.
I guess should we get started with this gift? I mean,
I'm so anxious to give it to you. So I put a lot of thought into this. Of course, I'm a Midwest woman.
Yes.
You can't go to somebody's house without bringing something.
yeah. You've met Ross?
This hottie behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah, is he single?
If you want him to be,
Ready to mingle?
yeah. I mean, it's just a dick on that guy, dude. It is the biggest.
What a
bull-
package.
Wow, whoever designed that mannequin there,
Yeah.
they had one thing in mind. Yeah.
I'm into it. It's fine. So yeah, I can't go to somebody's house without a gift. And I was trying to think, and I'm like, oh, I could bring, like Midwest, like I could bring food.
Yeah.
But then like Timmery makes everything amazing, and she bakes and does all that shit. So I was like, there's nothing I can, like, no Walmart cupcakes are gonna be cool to like bring to a house.
But the sugar cookies bomb. Whoa.
Yeah, but like yeah.
Our
So
sugar cookies are bomb.
So I was like, what can I bring that's unique? That you can put. You listen. You put it up in the studio, you throw it away, you set it on fire, you use it for dart practice, whatever you want. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go. All right. So I'm reaching
Oh
in.
my God, I've never laughed so hard in my life.
It's just a picture of you, babe. I mean, it's going up. It's going up.
Yeah.
I love it. I literally love it. I mean, maybe it just go right here beside the boobs.
Oh my God, it's a canvas of me.
And it's perfect, and I love it. And that's a fierce look. You got a fierce jawline. You know that?
So yeah, actually, like jawline and cheekbones, like these cheeks could cut a man, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah. And see, some people like I don't know. You have like a like the indent on your chin, and I love it. You know, like right in the middle.
Oh, you had to bring that up.
Oh no! Like some people hate that, and then some people hate like dimples on their cheeks and stuff.
I got both. Yeah.
I mean, it's all people's like cups of tea. You know, like I don't understand how you like people. I don't know. I just think it's everybody.
It's not. It's okay. Like it's okay.
No, I think I love it. I think it makes your face.
That apple butt chin. I've considered
Apple butt chin.
Yeah, I've considered getting into like really weird shit and like putting peanut butter in it and making someone lick it off.
Ooh, that's kind of hot. Or like kind of pinch it together to turn it into like a little like butt cheek, or maybe like
yeah,
a little clitty.
Yeah. Get in there, man. Get in there.
That is litty like a clitty.
I know.
Put a little hole, drill a hole, so then it can just like if you get somebody small enough, don't do it it's too big. But
Yeah.
people like could put their, for lack of another term, penis in there.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, okay. I guess it is weird,
Well,
isn't it?
you know, I prefer penises in other places, but that's cool. That's cool. I get what you're saying.
Maybe we should dive into your dating life a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think that's a really good area for us to start this
Yeah?
thing out, right?
Okay, cool.
So I called you the master failure pickup line artist or something like that, but I don't mean that, because I think you're a very you're a beautiful person, but you're also very charming. And so I think that maybe
I've never heard that. That's very cool. Thank you.
I think that maybe you just doubt yourself more than what you actually give off, because what you give off is very like I was gonna say it like draws you in. You're a very interesting and
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a very, very interesting person, and you're so silly and goofy. And there's not many people
yeah.
like you. You're really perfect.
So Pubali, actually, I was just talking to Pubali Kundu, who like she hosts our Taboo.
Is she American?
No, I don't know. So she hosts our Taboo burlesque shows, and she also does comedy, of course. For people who don't know her, she does comedy, and like I like to go out to her shows. I'm one of her biggest fans. I kind of want to make a shirt with just like her face on each of my boobs.
Ooh, or if you did like a cool have a guy with a mohawk.
Yeah.
And then put real hair, but it's just Pubali's armpit hair or pubic hair.
Fuck yeah.
And then have so people can rub it.
Yes.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
Yep, and then I've got the pheromones on me too because the smell,
Yeah.
that'd be perfect. But she was like, I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, I don't know many women like you. And I was like, aren't you like 23? You don't know crazy women?
But she's a baby.
Like, what? But I was like, there's like 1,000 women like me. But so it's funny to hear you say that. That's pretty cool. No, I think, like, oh God, as far as like dating goes and just having that, I don't want to say not confidence. There, shit. I didn't think I was gonna like waffle on it. So unfortunately.
Oh, have you ever heard of a blue waffle?
No. What is a blue waffle?
Oh, it's a really disturbing thing. Let's put a picture of a blue waffle right here. Blink. Okay. And then we'll just leave it at that.
Cool.
Yeah. So you're dating.
So yeah, like unfortunately.
Have you been in a serious relationship? Like a very serious one?
Yeah. So I was engaged for 2 years.
And things must have really kind of went rough.
It was very bad. And it was like one of those situations where you just, I'm very, very lucky and blessed to have like good parents. And like, I made one phone call and my dad called into work and brought a U-Haul 3 hours to like move me out. And it was like 6 weeks before our wedding. And yeah, it was just kind of, yeah. I was like I don't know how to say, like, it was a toxic. I think I finally come to the point where I'm like, yeah, I think it was like abusive a little bit.
And sometimes you come into the self-realization in moments that like, it doesn't have to be the moment of like the wedding or something like that. It's like, this is real. And like, this is not right. This is not the life that I designed. This is not the life I envisioned.
It took me a long time to get there. And it was kind of like, it was really upsetting because like my family already knew this. My friends already knew this. Like I didn't, like he like pushed away my friends because you do feel very isolated and then you feel financially
obligated.
Well, like
you rely and depend.
Probably lost $3,000 for the wedding that like my parents put out, but also just like he was paying for stuff, so I didn't really have any money to go anywhere else. And you kind of, I don't know, when you're really young and you get engaged like really young and you make these commitments really young, you just kind of are like, this is what life is.
I got married real young.
Yeah. How old were you?
Well, I guess 24-ish or something like that. But I got married. I got married and I got divorced. I think it was 2 months later after I got married. And then, well, actually, I think it was 3. And then the day I got divorced, I signed that. And then 2 days later, I got married.
2 days later? Wait, what did you say?
I got divorced.
Yeah.
And then you filed the paperwork that I was divorced, all that. And then 2 days after that, that was a Wednesday, on Friday or Saturday morning, I got married.
But you married Timory.
I did.
Yes, go boy, get it. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like you guys are kind of like couple goals for me, so you can never break up because I.
Well, I honestly, she needs to get her shit together because listen, when I snap my fingers, shit better happen.
Right.
Or otherwise, I'm going to have to do it. And then, that just creates a long lasting problem,
Yeah. Listen, I will come after you.
Don't come after me. Everybody's already after me.
Is there alcohol? Can I drink alcohol right now?
Yeah, literally. Like that's literally what is completely in front of us. Just alcohol.
Yeah, we got serious right away. So I think like the unfortunate part, I've listened to, so when I knew when I was coming on this podcast, like I listened to previous ones.
Yeah, thanks for listening to your friend's podcast. That's generous of you.
Fuck you. You're welcome. It was great. But there were like moments when you were talking about your previous relationship where I was like, oh God, that's so familiar. And it was almost like painful for me to think about because when you're in it, and you don't see things that everybody else sees. And everybody's trying to warn you and you're like, why are you being such a dick? And then because you're in it. And once you get out, I'm not going to lie. Like, even when I got out, there's like that moment when you're like, it wasn't that bad. Some of it was my fault. So like, I just didn't stand up for myself and that's my fault. And you're like, no, they were a literal toxic situation. Like, his toxicity made me a crazy person.
Yeah.
And I've never acted in any of those ways since.
Well, also what can happen too is you get so beat into normalcy. Like this is just what I'm stuck with. This is my life. Even if I'm miserable, or you grow dependent on people and their money, and you grow dependent on this is my normal life. I wake up, that's where his toothbrush is. This is where mine is.
Yeah.
It's all those things, and it builds. And that fear of making a change is one of the is the craziest thing in the world. I will never forget the day that my ex had moved out. There at one point, it was just things weren't right. I had realized this years before we ended up getting married, but and I had that night to myself, and I just went like, maybe this is even like maybe I don't need to be with somebody. Maybe I don't need to hear I love yous. Maybe I just need to figure out who the fuck I am, and not be defined by, the fact that I was a power lifter, or be defined by the fact that honestly I didn't even really feel like I had an identity.
Yeah, and I think like there were so many things that I felt like I couldn't do. I mean, I think I've shared a little bit of that on Facebook. Do you
want to share a little of this tequila with me right now?
Just a half.
It was a half. It was a half. Cheers. Get your squirt ready.
Oh God, it's so bad. Okay.
How often do you get your squirt ready?
Listen, I squirt a lot. So anyway.
Yeah, okay.
It took me actually like a long time to get to that point that you were talking about. So I actually I moved home. Mm-hmm. And at that point, like that relationship had kind of pushed away all my friends. So I kind of moved home. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. So my parents were like, I really heavily relied on my parents, and I just really thanked them for that. Thank you. Please, dear God, I hope you're not listening right now.
Oh, I hope you are. Should I say the C word?
Oh, God. Can I just say...
Oh, wait, there's 2 C words.
My butthole is really deep, and that's all I'm going to say.
And you want your parents to know that?
Yeah, because I want that to scare them off. Thank you.
Well, honestly, we all need to thank your mother for giving you that deep butthole, because that's one of those things that we all... Yes. Actually, I believe everyone's butthole is the same length, because it goes right into your, intestines and,
The butthole is,
But it's built widespread, so
I've got, a cavernous... butt crack.
It kind of folds in.
Chilean minors could get lost in there.
Yeah, you could be wiping and then just lose a finger or a ring.
Yeah, that's why at that burlesque show, I was like, I think that's my butthole when I saw pictures later. But I was
sucking on the whipped cream. Yeah.
Those are the best pictures too.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Oh, that was the best moment in my life.
I had a great seat for that show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
So I can't remember. Yeah. So basically, dating, I took a.
We're just passing past the butthole stuff, huh?
We'll get to the butthole. Okay. We always get to the butthole.
Yeah, no, listen. It always ends up back there, huh?
Always ends up with the butthole. So, yeah. So so I kind of you move home and you don't have anything, and then you just date a string of you just had just a shit storm.
Oh yeah.
For so fucking long.
Well, it's because you start to get that mindset of you're looking for something in particular now.
Well, at that point I was like, I just think I'm nothing and I don't really have any worth. And so and at that point, that was I'd always looked up to people who did burlesque or looked up to people who did comedy, and I just didn't think that was something I could do. Mm-hmm. And so that I just made really bad decisions and really bad calls and got attached to really shitty people. And so then I was like, fuck this. I'm going to take time off to get to know me. And I did. And that's kind of but it took a long time for me.
Well, there's no time. There's no time spread that determines how long it takes for someone to feel better.
Right.
There's a lot of things in the regards of physical or mental abuse or mental health. There's no time frame for someone to get better.
Sometimes you backslide. So I realized that recently. I thought I'd gotten over a lot of shit, and then there was this moment when I was like, I'm not actually. There was a moment when I was very triggered, and it was actually a good moment. It was somebody was complimenting me, but all I could hear was when he said those things. And I was like, and then he was such a piece of shit. So now I can't trust when people say that thing.
But you know what that's also called? Being human.
Yeah.
You know, like we worry. We have hearts full of fear and minds full of fear.
Yeah.
And it's okay for us to feel that way. But we also, like, when people have, whether it's a history of mental illness or mental health or the abuse and all that stuff, what we do is we build stuff up. And then what it does is we look like we're fine. We look like we're fine, and then it all pours out at one moment, and then it looks like we look like complete
crazy.
We look like train wrecks.
Batshit crazy. And I think that's what happened recently. Like there was just kind of enough things that in a row that I was like, fuck. But I actually like my life has never been better.
Good.
And that's really cool. And that's why like I feel like I'm in this space where like you would this has been like 15 minutes. Talking about dating, like I feel like I'm actually in that good space where I'm like ready for that healthy thing. And I've never been ready for that healthy thing before because I've always been ready for that super toxic thing that I'm used to. But now I'm like, fuck that. I do deserve better and I am better and I do all these cool badass things that like most people don't do. Like most people are not shamanic practitioners.
And you are a badass person. Like,
yeah, thank you.
I mean, like, there's a lot of layers to you.
So many. I'm an ogre. I've got layers.
What is it? Wait. I was thinking of the onion layers.
Yeah, from Shrek.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm an onion. I kind of smell sometimes, and I've got layers.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles. Is that what he says?
Oh, fuck. And I do make people pancakes. I'm like, do you want some
Is it
banana?
pancakes or waffles?
Well,
In the morning,
waffles.
I'm making waffles.
But
yeah.
I do make banana pancakes. I'm like, you want banana? That's like one of my favorite things to make.
I just had a banana chocolate bar. It had banana chips in it. Oh, good. It was very good. Have you seen people making bacon out of banana peels? Banana peels like cook the same way that bacon does.
I'm having a trauma moment where I have doubts right now.
I am also the same way, but I think that when we do the second podcast, we make banana bacon, and that'll be the opener towards that podcast, and then we'll eat it on the podcast.
But also, should we tell people about that really stupid podcast idea that I had the other night?
Was it the one with the bat and the nails?
It's the one where
we're putting butt to butt?
No,
Oh,
we're
not
like
that one.
not that one. That's just for us. So like the one where I was like, oh my god, we should just have people write in bucket list shit for us to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that idea.
And then we go do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that is a 10 out of 10 idea.
Thank you.
And I'm very much like into that idea. Like I think that would be silly and hilarious.
I actually think that would be amazing. But I was like, this sounds like a really high ambient thought right now.
But
and
you
we
are
both
a bit
were
of a witch. So you messaged me and what do you call me, the guru?
My relationship guru. I just like you and Timmery are just such goals. And like I knew that before I even met you. And then I met you and was like, fuck these guys. Like I'm so happy for them and I hate them and like stupid. No,
you are such a great person. Like honestly, to be around anybody that is your friend is lucky to have you as a friend. And
that's really nice to hear because honestly, like I feel like, but I said that about you too. I'm like, I appreciate you so fucking much, and I'm like, do people really like give that appreciation back to you? And you're like, not all the time. And I'm like, oh no, I need to tell him I love him all the time.
I just sometimes I really try hard to make people feel so good sometimes that, and then it's just. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a needy bitch, but I guess maybe I am. But
I think that's one of like if you are a little needy, that's fine, and that's you, and you're being authentic to yourself and your needs. But it's okay to let people know that. Like I'm kind of one of those friends that kind of drops off because I've got my own shit going on, and to be honest, like I do have a little bit of depression, and I do have some health issues, and like I tend to just drop off. But then I come back and I'm like, yeah, I still love you. You're still fucking amazing. I just want you to know that because I know that I've been absent for like 4 months.
But that's a really good feeling when you pick up with people like, and the thing is too, is the difference is we all want to be like young and have like these not childish, but like young friendships where, you get silly and you have a playtime. But what as we get older, the one thing we all forget about is the fact that we need to be
depression.
Yeah, depression, and
This shit's hard.
I mean, hemorrhoids. There's so. I mean, like literally, you name it. I had a bleeding nipple at one point.
Oh my God, why?
Spraying blood.
I need to know.
But like,
no, I know. Me and the entire podcast need to know.
I'll tell the story. But wait.
Okay.
But like, the thing is, like, is getting like when you're in a friendship, you don't need a friendship to be a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, not like that as you get older. What you want is those people to depend on and rely on and to vent to and to go out and have fun with. But you don't need that every single moment of every day. Like, you didn't message me back. What, like, I've had so many friendships like that where I'm like, dude, you don't know what I'm handling in my life.
Right.
You don't know where I'm at mentally. You don't know, like, you don't know that I am up all night or this or that. You know, there's so many things that people don't realize, and I'm not saying shame on them because they just want to be your best friend. They want to be around.
Everybody's got shit, and I think that's what I learned like on this journey and just being. But like I
prefer Quest.
On this quest, I love that so much. But like this journey called life, you know, we've all got shit and we've all got different shit, and I think it's really good to own that. And I've actually I've made the best friends I've ever had in the past 2 years. And I think a lot of that was due to me just being really authentic to myself and being vulnerable and saying like, yeah, I've had some really rough shit. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh my God, I relate to that. And then they tell you their story and you're like, cool. And like, I want to be that safe place for people that you can tell me stuff and I'm not going to go telling everybody else, especially like people I sleep with. I don't go telling their shit because those are like intimate moments, I think, when people share stuff, and I don't go spreading that.
Okay, so can you tell me about some of the people you've had sex with and like what they've done, that secrets?
Let's
just tell everyone. Kidding. Hey, Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, YouTube. All those things, please, if you're listening right now, here's the link. Go like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit that subscribe button literally right down below, please. And keep leaving those Apple reviews. They make a difference. And if you're listening right now, we're about halfway through, but please make sure after you're done to go over to Apple and leave that review. Shot 30 Podcast.
Subscribe, like, and follows, you assholes.
Yeah, it's not hard to leave a comment. Seriously. And if you're listening at minute 30 right now, leave a comment. Say something mean about both of us.
Oh, my God. Yeah, can I do a face and then have people meme it? Like, screenshot and meme it?
Yeah. Can we put, like, up a bunch of your burlesque pictures right now?
Oh, please don't meme those. Those actually mean a lot to me. No, there's a Sarah face. There's a face that,
Is it this one?
No, that's like me trying not to have resting bitch face. So there's a face that I do. It's because of my brother, but like it's always like the.
Oh, is that the one from the other day?
Do that all the time. It's so stupid.
Okay, so this is where I kind of got off course, but what I was starting to say a while back was you've lived this whole life of wanting to perform. You've been a tap dancer, a ballet dancer, all kinds of, like, you've always been a dancer.
So, yeah, I feel really bad for my parents because they sent me to like a Christian dance school.
Christian Mingle?
No, that's like the one app I haven't tried. But like, I know, they sent me to like a Christian dance school where you're dancing and they're like, praise Jesus. And now I'm like, praise Jesus. Like, yeah.
As you're grinding on, well, like Matt Moody or like JT Cage, they're like pretty close to like Jesus looking, or Jake McDowell.
Yeah. So, I'd probably show my tits to them.
Probably.
I think, listen, anoint these bitches. Yeah.
Dude, JT Cage. I almost said his real name, Julian Totten. That would have been bad.
I'll never know him as Julian. I will never call him Julian.
But he just lost his V card.
Yes.
And
so,
dude, he's a new man. He's on a rampage now.
I know, because you know what? I actually called him out for it because he said, like, we were at a show and he's like telling this story. And then we're outside having a cigarette because I've been having a moment, and yeah, I had a cigarette, and like, oh God, it's good.
Was that at the Village Theater show?
Yes.
How bad did I bomb? Like, I don't even remember that set.
No, I was like, hold on. You are wearing laces on your shoes.
Oh, yeah, normally wears Velcros.
Every time I see him, he's been wearing Velcro shoes. So I was like, fuck, are you a whole new man?
That's a bad
And I
move,
think I probably embarrassed him, but like,
He always wears the J's now, too. Like, dude, he's a whole new man. I bombed that night. Well, it's hard. I mean, hard to say you bombed in front of like 11 people. But, dude, I was just rambling on it. I didn't give a fuck. You were drunk as piss that night.
I was so drunk.
Oh, I know.
I'm so sorry. I feel like we were talking in the back and everyone was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like,
me and you?
listen, no, me and actually one of the girls from my burlesque troupe. We were like getting to know each other. And we were like bonding.
Yeah.
And I was,
Bondage.
yeah, I'm into that. But like, we were having a moment and everybody's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think you guys are so funny. I think you guys are the best.
And I still had fun at that show. That was fun.
You have fun no matter what, right?
No, I can appear to have fun.
Okay.
But like I do a good job with like I try to promote everything. I try to be like so happy and like I really try to bring people's spirits up. But sometimes I'm like, fuck this, oh fuck you. Like that's what I'm thinking in my brain.
So like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I want to do nothing. I want to stop burlesque. I want to never go to another open mic in my life.
So many people have been feeling like that lately, though.
So actually, yeah, I was actually like looking back and I was like, oh my God, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was like everybody I know was going through like one of the worst depressive episodes of their life. And I don't know, like, did the Matrix get reset? What the fuck? Did aliens come and like delete all of our brains? I don't know.
Or they just came and, all over us.
Well, they do that normally, so.
Okay, so if an alien had to come on you,
Yeah.
what would you want the alien to look like, and what would you want the cum to look like? You could pick anything you want in the world.
Well, I'd want it like on my tits, and I would want it to be like weirdly iridescent green, I think.
It would have to be green.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe like a powerful blue, kind of like the Avatar color blue.
Oh, that would be neat. Yeah, I think that.
Ooh, I think I'd want the alien to look like one of the avatars.
Oh, that would be really cool. That would be, I mean, something I've never done before.
That'd be my third time, but I mean, just Comic-Cons get weird, Comic-Cons get weird, and who knows what I'm up to.
I also want to just like reiterate to the podcast, this is not our first time meeting. We know each other.
No, this is our first time. This is.
I tend to text you on Ambient, and I'm like, give me relationship advice.
Okay, so now, have you met a guy on a dating app? Listen, dating apps are so weird to me because I've never been a part of one. I've never been on one. I've never even, honestly, other than my friend Haley, shout out Haley, her showing me hers and me being like, no, don't swipe right on this guy. Don't swipe, other than like a couple minutes of that, I've never even seen it. So like, what is the one... whether you went on a date or just message that you were like, yes, this is my guy. And then what's the worst one?
Okay, well, can I give some advice first?
No. Just go ahead and answer my question.
What's the worst?
No, like the best, the one you're like, this is my guy.
So I did meet somebody and we dated for 6 months.
Okay.
And then like, it was weird because like he met my family, I met his family. And then it was really shitty. Let me go back to, I'm so used to shitty people. Mm-hmm. I started getting sick and he was like, well, you're not fun anymore.
Oh, well, he's kind of lame then, like.
Yeah. And then like,
did you read those signs though?
There weren't really any signs leading up. Like I went to the ER and texted him and was like, hey, can you bring me some food? And he's like, I just started making food. And I was like, okay, cool. Like in an hour when you're done, can you bring me food? Cause like,
and you're in the ER.
Well, I was in the ER. I just gotten home.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I'm kind of busy tonight.
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like we've been dating for 6 months at this point, and that was like, all right, that's over. That's done.
As it should be, but that's really good of you to know that like moments like that. When someone really needs to care about you, it's okay to put ourselves in a position to want, like, to need to be cared or cherished or all these types of things. It's okay for us to feel that way. We want to feel guilty when we are like, like you probably felt bad for a minute. Like I was telling him to bring me food, but
No, at that point I was pissed. I was like, all right, so that's
Yeah,
pretty much
fuck
done.
that.
Especially after 6 months, it was like there was like a moment a week before that. I guess I probably should have known because I was like, I'm just really glad you're in my life. That's all. That's it. And he was like, oh, thanks.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
I probably should have known at that point.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, that's okay though. But that's still you learning and adjusting. I mean, it's
Yeah.
way better than you not, or you just being like, I'm ready to be in another long relationship. And
No, I'm actually like terrified of like long relationships. It like scares the shit out of me now. It's
yeah,
like,
well, but that's okay. When it's right, you're not worried about the time of it. When it's right, are you gonna take a shot without me, you little slut?
yes.
Oh, you want me to bring the glass on
There
glass?
you go.
Yeah.
Glass on glass.
I'll do the tap down, even though I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I just started doing it when other people were doing it.
Exactly why. Like there, you have your squirt. Why are you drinking like tequila straight? I don't understand what is going on in your brain right now, dog.
I love tequila.
Oh, you know that this light is right now giving me. You have this like vein right at your part line, and it's looking mean at me right now. It's like, are you angry with me?
Bugging you.
Are you angry with me right now? It's because I haven't wiped the fireball out of my top lip.
It's probably the alcohol. It's like we're inflamed.
Well, okay, so we're not inflamed. Stop. Quit being weird. Okay, listen.
I'm always weird. That's a really weird request.
Yeah. Well, yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so do you think that you doing all of like dance and ballet with burlesque, is that kind of like it was just like a big moment that you wanted to do, you wanted to keep pursuing, I don't know, I guess a hobby you love?
So I think I've always been interested in burlesque, but I grew up Catholic.
Catholic my balls.
Yeah, which can be like very repressive.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys know that, but that's the thing.
Is it anything like Scientology?
Oh God, sometimes it feels like it.
Oh, okay, good.
You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like be indoctrinated into these thoughts and feelings, and anything good is bad, right?
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, anything good is bad unless you're a man and you want to like fuck children. I think.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's just
yeah,
gonna
but they're
be
like,
bad.
I mean, that's okay. We can forgive that.
No,
but like,
no.
but that feels like what that's what the Catholic Church says.
No.
So anyway, like I grew up Catholic and kind of, just like, yeah, that's not okay. And then I was in these relationships where it just felt like they weren't the kind of relationships where it's like, oh my God,
Moses and stuff like that, John.
No, he was very actually like atheist, which was good for me, but it was very like unsupportive. It was very much like, I don't like that you have tattoos. I don't like that you dye your hair. I don't think you should go for whatever you're dreaming of. And that's kind of, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like mad about it, but I was like, that's just how it is. And so it wasn't really until I finally, I think it was the pandemic, honestly. Mm-hmm. Because I before the pandemic, I actually had like probably my biggest depressive episode I've ever had, where I was just like, I don't like my life. Mm-hmm. Because everything up until now told me I need a good job so that I can have insurance, so that I can have a 401k, so that I can just live and die, basically. And I did that, and I bought a house, and I really was just like, I'm just so fucking unhappy, though. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until the pandemic where I was like, there's nothing exists anymore. The rules don't exist.
Yeah, I mean, there was kind of some, no rules.
No, for me, okay.
Yeah.
I think my brain broke, I think, and I was like, nothing exists anymore. No rules exist.
And you're living by yourself.
Yeah. And so I was like, what would I do? And I really thought hard about it. I was like, listen, why do I believe the things that I believe? Mm-hmm. And what do I believe in? And I actually wrote them down and was like, I actually don't believe in a lot of this stuff that I claim to believe in. And I was like, it's okay though. Like I'm paying my own mortgage. I'm paying my own bills. It's okay. There's nobody at this point, because again, I was relying financially on an ex, at one point.
Yep.
And it was like, I can't upset them because then my bills won't get paid. But now I'm like, I'm so fucking financially stable. I can pay my own goddamn bills. So if I piss off anyone, my mortgage still gets paid. So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And you're starting to realize though in those types of moments that you're in control of your whole life.
And I didn't know that, I think, until
a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't realize that moment.
It's crazy. And that's why I'm always like on Facebook. I'm like, listen, do what you want. Don't give a shit about anybody else. And I really do. What I learned is that like if you're having these one-on-one conversations with people and you're trying to give them advice, they're really not into it. But when you start sharing your story, they're like, I relate to that. And so I do it in really passive ways. Like I share Facebook posts and my family actually approached me and they're like, we're just, you share a lot of your life and it's a lot. And some family members don't want to talk to you because you talk too much about
that's okay.
your life. And I was like, I was crying and I'm like, I don't care because what you don't see are the people who Facebook message me later and say, if you hadn't said that, I would never have gone to a doctor and gotten help. If you hadn't said that, I would still be on like a suicidal course right now. And that's why I do it. Because I do, like I shared something the other day and I lost Facebook friends. Like, I don't give a shit. You're not my audience. My audience is that one person out there who got value out of it and is now starting to change their life. Because I feel like people need to hear things multiple times before they start to change their life.
Yeah, but there's also a thing too. When you say that one person, that one person can make so much more difference than 100 people who didn't really care.
Yeah.
They just, like they just, I don't know. They think they have a stake in your life, but it's the people who actually are impacted by the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act. If I have I guess we'll loop this into a thing. I'm not political at all. 0%.
Okay.
But no, I don't do politics. I've never watched the news. It was It was last year. I swear to you on everything. It was last year or 2 years ago before I knew what a Republican and Democrat, what the difference was. I didn't even know the beliefs.
Let me tell you. Okay, we'll have a story.
Are you going to interrupt me on my podcast, not your podcast, mine?
Yes.
My fucking podcast.
We'll have
my
a story.
This is my show that my equipment, I invited you here, my drinks that you're drinking, my chair that you're sitting on. You're going to interrupt me?
Yeah. Remind me later to tell you a story about how I accidentally registered as a libertarian because I thought it meant liberal.
I don't even know what that means. But no, just tell the story now.
No, I'll tell you later.
Just tell you
now.
You needed to say that now, so to now fucking get it out. Like, listen, this is like the friendship side of things, but like, I don't care if anybody sees. Like, we're gonna fucking fight.
But I want to hear your story.
All right, I'm not political at all.
Because
I never
you
have
matter.
been. I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Okay, I do. I had one of my friends who is gay come up to me and say, if you vote Republican, and I'd never voted. I'd never once ever in my life ever voted. If you vote Republican, then you don't care about your gay friends. And I thought that was pretty I thought that was a kind of a selfish thing to say.
No.
But then about a week after that, I had someone say, if you don't care about protecting your family, or care about like gas, whatever the fuck it was, then vote for this side, vote Republican. And I was like, so I have to lose a group of friends, no matter which way I would ever decide. I was like, that's why politics, not for me, never will be. And and people are so aggressive, and they will sacrifice relationships and friendships over this silly thing that doesn't. In no way has the president ever affected my life. Don't know him, never met the guy. If you tell me right now, the one time I ever voted is because I had Grace Simpson on our podcast, and she was the youngest female state's attorney in Illinois history. She won. And I'd known Grace since I was a kid. She's the current Mercer County state's attorney. And I went to vote for her because I think she's great. I think she's a sweet, kind person. And I would absolutely go
Votes for women. I'm just going to throw that out there. Votes for women. Okay.
Votes for women?
I vote for women.
Here's the thing.
Not all the time.
I thought you were pointing like vote for Pedro shirt or something like that.
No, just my tits.
Jesus. Randy Sinclair.
Yeah.
She's going to do a podcast episode in just pasties.
I fucking love her.
Gosh, she's been hot on my trail for a while now. And listen, if you're listening right now,
whatever, you've been hot on her trail.
No, I'm just I'm a stale cracker. I'm a stale cracker. Who knows? But some people like stale crackers.
You're that saltine when you feel pukey.
Dude, isn't like sometimes a cracker, and I'm not talking about you or me. I'm talking about like a real cracker. Sometimes they can sneak up on you and be fucking delicious out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like a Ritz. Have you ever just grabbed a Ritz cracker?
Yeah, but so when I get a migraine, I just want saltine crackers.
Ooh, yeah.
That's it. Or like goldfish crackers.
Like
That's
square or circular?
Well, like, do they make circular saltine crackers?
They did. Put a picture of it right here. They were actually my favorite. They were complete circular ones, the round. You could just drop them in. Oh, they were the best.
Like communion. It's like taking communion.
Or eating Jesus' skin. Isn't that?
Yeah, I'd be into that too.
Is that what eating skin? Would you? Okay, so let's say who's your hottest guy in the world, actor, whatever. Give me him. Come on, quick. We're on a podcast, but you don't have all day.
Can I do men and women?
Sure, give me one of both.
Okay, I'm going to say, oh, God, that's such a rough decision. I'm between Raul Esparza.
Never heard of him.
I know, stay with me. And Jason Momoa.
Oh, Raul. Okay, so that two men?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also for women, I'd be like Eliza Dushku.
Is that Pubali's cousin?
I think so. She told me that once, yeah. Oh God, I'm trying to think of like 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh,
she's like the
I was thinking of 27
cheerleader.
Dresses or whatever.
That's good too. Listen,
I
like a lot of people.
Okay, so take those Jason Momoa and Elijah Kundu, and now put them. Okay, now they were both in Huffy bike accidents.
Okay,
and it's about a week old, so they have a scab on them. We were talking about eating skin. So you can have sex with both of them, and and you're in control of everything, whatever you want, however you want it. You have to gnaw on both of their scabs. Would you do it? You said you would eat skin. And now,
if they wanted me to, yeah. Listen.
I'm listening.
There's a lot of things in the world.
You ever had somebody poop on you?
No.
Don't do that. That just doesn't seem right.
Have you?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't seem right to me. There's a lot, like you just said, there's a lot of things in the world. I'll try a lot of things. I'm a wild, I don't care. No one can tell me in my life anymore. No one can look me in the eyes and tell me what I should or shouldn't do.
You know
what
I
isn't
really
cool
want?
Or not cool.
Yeah. You know what I want?
Decide that.
Lately, I've decided, so I've got like Venus dips.
A Cleveland steamer.
I've
Venus
never
dips.
heard of that. But you know what Venus dips are?
I'm an avid chewer, so yeah, a dip, no.
They're like those. Oh, I just like belched. Okay.
Let's Shane put in an audio right there of her burping really loud.
Okay.
Again.
So the Venus dips are like, I've got like little hip dips like in the back of my hips.
Okay.
They're like two little dimples.
Oh yeah, kind of like where you're like tailbone on each side of your tailbone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to like fill them with like food and have someone eat them off. Like,
should we do it with squirt right now?
Oh my God. I don't know if they'd fill that much, but like, yeah, I mean, like, I think one of my biggest fantasies, can I tell you about one of my biggest
absolutely. Let's hear it.
That I still have not fulfilled, that I'm really upset about, that my friends are really upset about. Mm-hmm. I want to like find somebody that I'm comfortable enough like waiting at home in a giant like T-Rex. That outfit, and I'm like waiting at home, and then I've got like steak all over, and we just eat steak off each other's bodies.
Wow, that is
in a weird way.
That
it's
is
very
a really
specific.
odd one. That's a really odd one.
I want steak sex so bad.
Have you ever seen? Actually, we're gonna get right back to this. Gigolos. What I'm gonna say right now is gigolos. Plug your fucking taboo show. I've gotta go pee real quick.
I know. So funny thing is, I've listened to this podcast, and I know that Shane's going to pee, so I have prepared for this moment.
You're ready?
Yeah.
Plug your shows, and I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Hi, guys. Hello. Thank you. Welcome.
I'm coming back with steaks.
Shit, that would be so nice, but I actually like it a little like well done, which is kind of weird, but do what you can. So I want to say that Taboo Burlesque, I'm part of it. I am Sassy Shaboom. You can call me Boom. Our next show is at the Village Theater in Davenport, Iowa, July 8th and 9th. Follow me on TikTok at Boom Laughs. I just started it. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But if you give me suggestions, I might do it. So we'll find out. Yeah, I also teach at Spellbound in Rock Island. I teach some witchy, spiritual shit. Sometimes about past lives. That's pretty cool. That's a popular one. Wow, goddamn, he just pees so damn fast.
I do.
Wow,
it's impressive.
That was impressive.
I also went in a drain on the floor in the basement. I removed the cap and then just pee down this drain.
Less impressive, but thanks for sharing. Yeah, cool.
Thanks. So
Good
Gigolos.
aim,
Have you ever seen the show Gigolos?
No.
Okay, I'm not sure what channel it's on, but if you look it up, it's about this group of gigolos in Nevada, Las Vegas. And they just literally get these calls about people with their fetishes or this or that. They just want a male escort. And there's some of these people that are into the craziest things. Yeah. And you know what? All to its own. Dude, your sex life isn't meant to be. It's not meant to be this bread and butter. What's the fun in that when you can have crazy feelings or excitement? The reason you get horny is because you're excited. What if something else excites you more? You never know.
I know.
People just
There's
they close it off so fast.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things I haven't tried yet, and I'm interested in trying. And looking,
Yeah.
looking for that safe partner.
Have you ever given somebody a foot job, start to finish?
No.
You want to know the one person who I wouldn't want to get that from?
I want to
Daisy Fontaine. She's got the crustiest feet. Miss Daisy Fontaine.
Listen, I'll do anything for her.
She's wouldn't touch those feet.
Give me money. I'll give her money.
She's perfect and amazing, and I love her so much.
I'll probably rub her feet if she asks me to.
You wouldn't want to. Your hands would be bleeding.
Well, did you just give me a shot and then you didn't do a shot?
I poured yours. Did you do a shot without me doing one?
Let's do a partial shot.
Okay, so let's just finish that then, and then we'll do one after.
Yeah, listen.
All right, see, you don't need to do that. Tap the thing down. You don't need to do that.
Yes, you do. It's good luck.
It's just, no, you just told me that you have no idea why you do it. Now you're saying that it's good luck. You're just making shit up.
Yeah.
Sarah, you're making shit up at this point.
What do you think shamanism is, bro?
You're telling me it's fake?
No.
Oh, shit. You just said it's fake. All your witch friends are like, oh, that bitch.
I hate you. Listen. Open the mouth and throw that down.
And watch you. I have the light right behind you, the circle light, which we're going to make another light here so you don't look like Two-Face so much and me look perfect, like always.
That is fucking rude.
Well, listen, this is a difficult room to work with.
Why is this there?
Let me see. Wow.
Look how...
You've got a butt on the bottom and a vagina on the top.
Oh, God, nobody's fucked that yet.
Wow.
There's a lot of things in the world, Shane. We're just saying that.
What would we call that? What would we call that? A forejob? Forejob.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I think we just invented that. If one day this podcast gets millions of views, people may come back to the forejob and want forejob t-shirts.
That's a shaboom thing. That's a boom.
Yeah, a
boom
four
thing
boom.
right there.
A four boom.
A four boom.
Oh,
yes, let's call
it
it that.
Old four boom treatment.
Yep, I'm into that.
But then two nuts would kind of sit where each of your eyeballs is at. Two nuts. If you're.
Is that a bad thing?
That chair made the perfect sound for that.
Yeah. So like I said, I grew up Catholic.
Yeah, good. Yeah. A lot of good beliefs that came out of that. Your strong values.
There's a lot of repression to unpack.
So you plug the taboo shows?
Yes.
Okay, good. And we're gonna put those links down below also. So anybody who's looking to go, you ladies are incredible. I so much enjoy going to your shows, and seriously, the one thing I say is, what is up with all these butts? Well, does everybody just in Taboo have perfect butts?
Yes, it's a requirement to get in.
I don't understand. If I can get a BBL, isn't that what they call it? A Brazilian butt lift?
That'd be a BL.
BBC? Is that it?
Brazilian butt lift. BLF?
Big black. Oh, wait, no, I got the wrong one.
No.
BBW?
So close. Something like that. Something like BMM. It sounds like a shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love how I just giggled about it.
We gotta keep going forward here.
Shit, we're already at 56 minutes. So like, yeah. So can I just say, like, I love burlesque. It's the best. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. One of the best things and like, honestly, my first show was, no, it wasn't my first show. It was my second show. Was with Mary Quite Contrary.
That's your second
House of Burlesque Academy Showcase.
Shout out, Mary.
Yes, love you, babe. So Timmery did that with me, and like, honestly, like, I went on. I think I was the last one before intermission. Fuck, I'm drunk.
Yes.
So yeah, I was the last one before intermission, but like, I had actually had a horrible day. Like, my outfit wasn't working. My sewing machine wasn't working. My anxiety was so high. I feel like I was a bad table mate when I was down in the green room, like, getting ready. But I went out there and, like, killed it. And when I came back, it was you and Timmery that were like, you fucking did it, man. You fucking did it. And I was like hugging the both of you. And I was like, this is the best day of my life.
I'll never forget that too, because I was like, I don't know what I do here. If I hug bare titties, I don't hug bare titties. I'm like,
and I was like, you hug bare titties. You hug bare titties. That's what you do.
But you were so stoked. And like your face when you turned off, like, you were like, I think I killed. Yeah. And you fucking killed, bro.
Well, that whipped cream was like bigger on my finger than I expected. So it was actually on my face. And then I had to wipe it off my face while I was in front of people. And I was like, it just looks like a big cum shot. And I bet that's super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just like, I just was like, okay, everything went as planned except for the butthole pictures.
But the butthole pictures weren't even real butthole pictures. That was you making it up. You could see a little crater.
I have a cavernous butt crack.
Yeah, but it wasn't butthole.
Yeah.
It wasn't butthole.
So this is why
you were being too hard. You were being too hard on yourself because you killed. You were amazing and beautiful, and that was. And honestly, what a great group! Because when Timmery went through it, I just kept like I popped in a couple times. I went there before when I did the burlesque exercise.
Well, that's how I met you.
Yeah.
That was the day I met you.
And then we were walking downstairs talking.
Yeah.
And you were so fucking cool. I literally the day we walked down, I was talking to Timmy. I was like, dude, the girl that I walked downstairs with, she was fucking awesome. Like, I loved her so much. She was so awesome.
Thank you. I really appreciate hearing that, because for so many years I just heard it. I was like, me, like, you're okay. And I literally, like, that's like really, like, when you go through so many years and so many relationships where people are like, you're okay. It's just really refreshing to hear people be like, no, you're so cool. You're so cool.
You are, though.
Thank you.
And it would be doing an injustice to yourself to not think how cool you are. Like, think about all the different things. You can show up, you can walk into a comedy show and everybody's so excited that you're there. That has to be an incredible feeling. Like, or like we were sitting down in the green room before that Village Theater show, and they're like, well, we've got Sarah here, but like, that's such a cool thing that they said Sarah's here, like, not Poobali's whatever, like her third cousin that is her identical twin, but that is such a nice thing to know that people recognize the fact that you're somewhere, anywhere.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Actually, like, I'm really struggling. I kind of like so like, full disclosure, I just started therapy last week, or this week, like 2 days ago. So like, it's crazy. Like, once a month, I actually get people Facebook messaging me, and they're like, "You're just so fucking cool. Like, I just want to be like you." And like, one girl was like, "I want to be like you when I grow up," and I was like, "Bitch, I'm 3 years older than you. That's really." I don't know how to take that compliment.
That's okay.
But but like, I even get people from my past who know how like fucked up I was, and they're like, I'm just so proud of your growth, and it's really weird to hear. Like, I don't know how to handle it. It's really cool, but it's also I do like it, but it's also like, I don't know how to handle this because it's so much pressure to keep doing the things that I'm doing.
I think that one of the most perfect things that you do, and I don't think that you realize it is when
Sure.
people are saying stuff to you like that. Your best approach is when you're just like yourself. So when I'm like, oh no, you'll kill it at the show. You were like, thank you for putting me on this show, even though like I know people were mad or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're happy to be on the show. You were happy to do
so
it.
excited.
Even though like it turned and there like there's my fucking $1,200 PA system, but blah blah blah.
It's so hot. I want to.
I know, dude. Go, yeah, like I bet that fucking mic stand would go way in there, girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for that. Thank you.
But like you just when you're yourself with like someone gives you a compliment, you're just like blah blah blah, just silly and playful. As long as you stay yourself always and stay, where you are in control of everything. Take your compliments as they come because you deserve them. You don't need to shrug them away because you don't feel like you deserve them or feel weird. Why is this person giving me a compliment? What's the hidden message?
Yeah, so that's actually like a thing I'm working on, and I think you'll notice if you meet me in person and you give me a compliment, there's like a moment where my eyebrows raise, where I look surprised. It's because I'm having an intrusive memory where somebody said the same thing and then the next day they cheated on me. So I'm allowing that intrusive memory to like happen, and then I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I am really working on it. It's just I have a moment where I allow that memory to happen, and then I'm like, no, I really appreciate you saying that. That means a lot.
You are very much like me in a way that I believe that you can try to lie your way past this, but I can guarantee it's true. Before you go to sleep, you can lay in bed and think about 1 million things, and it feels like it may never stop. Like and then as you start thinking about more things pile up, and it gets faster and faster and faster to the point where it feels like you're wearing like 1 million sweaters on your body.
I actually have a poem about that.
Wow.
I know. Like, dude, you guys, I write poetry. It's really shitty, but...
What did you just say before? You said I write poetry?
Like, it's about, like, depression is a heavy winter coat that I just can't figure out how to take off.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, you just can't. It's just there. And sometimes when people give you compliments, it's just there. And you can't figure out how to take off this coat. Mm-hmm. And that's like, yeah, that's very accurate.
I feel like a lot when I get very overwhelmed or I start feeling depressed or my anxiety really coming back, the one thing I start to feel is I'm paying attention to everything everyone's saying. I will take a conversation like, "Hey Sarah, what's up? Oh, nothing. It was really good to see you. I have to get out of here quick." I can be like, "Why didn't she want to talk to me? Wait, was there a problem with me? Did I say something to her that hurt her feelings?
Yep.
Is she mad at me right now? What the fuck, man? Why? I can't even figure out. Listen, I don't know why Sarah was fucking pissed at me the other day, but like that shit pissed me off. Or like, wait, is she going through something right now? Maybe she's going through something right now. Oh my God, this feels like it's just too much right now. I don't even want to think about this. Oh my God, I love Sarah. I need to talk to her. I need to ask her what was up. Hey, Sarah, I don't know what happened the other day. This was kind of awkward when we had this run-in, but I was like, hey, and you were like, hey, I had to go.
Yeah.
Oh, like I literally was 5 minutes late for work. Oh my God, I thought you were mad at me. Like that's how long that will go on for.
The thing is, I actually prefer when people confront me about that. Because because I think like when you're in abusive relationships and just like a reminder, I was in one. And then when you're in that mindset, you kind of allow the next relationships to do the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. And then when you're out of it, you're like, oh my God, I actually would prefer to someone to be like, hey, you didn't get back to me and I'd really like to know why. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I actually, the truth for me a lot of times was that like I had a migraine. And so I'm out of it for 2 days. I actually haven't been to work in 2 days. And
as of right now?
But no. But like when I have a migraine.
Girl, how are we going to post this?
No. I actually like qualify. This is super, super personal, but like I actually qualify for FMLA. So I'm allowed to like take time off that's unpaid for migraines because it's been such a fucking issue in my life. Mm-hmm. But now I'm on this new medication where I don't have migraines. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually like, I don't know how to handle this. And that's kind of why I'm in therapy, because I'm like, I don't know how to handle anything but chaos.
That is so common, though.
I don't know how to handle a healthy life.
But that can also be your demise too, because when
Yeah.
someone's being so good, or like you start to believe that there's
It's
no
scary.
way, it's sketchy.
It actually, like, when you've been in an abusive relationship or you've been really sick for a long time, green flags look like red flags. And you have to remind yourself that, like, oh my God, I'm gonna like tear up right now. Yeah,
Do
you
it.
have to remind yourself that, like, no, this is healthy. This is what people do. This is what people say. And I actually like wrote, shitty poetry about it
See
recently.
what you do? You try to talk shit on yourself.
Yeah, I am. I do that. But like, yeah, I wrote like poetry about like, what if every good thing that anyone's ever said to me was true? That's such a like, oh my God. What if that's true? My whole life would change. And that's like overwhelming for me.
I mean, I can never think of a thing that someone said to you or to me about you or around me that hasn't been true.
That like makes me cry. I'm
But,
not
like,
gonna lie.
I mean,
like
but that's you convincing yourself that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard somebody say something backhanded or like didn't mean about you. I think people actually really genuinely love you, and you're fucking
That's so weird.
awesome. Like, I mean, I know I love you. I know Timmery loves you. I
Yeah.
think you're the fucking best. That's why I knew that walking down here for this podcast episode, it wasn't going to be that like silly awkwardness at the beginning. You know, we have a lot of people that come down here that I'm meeting for the first time as they sit here. So like our first words are introducing each other. Well, we can get 30, 40 minutes in and maybe still not know anything about each other in it. But like this, like we've been friends for a long time now.
Well, like over a year, but like that feels like a long time when you're in your 30s.
But like especially when you do an occupation like where you're around people, like so stand up and burlesque, we're around each other a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like hey, every few weeks. I mean, it's like every other week I see you, and all the time like we're talking or anything like that. But you're such a nice, awesome person that I mean, like. I'm not afraid to, you know, there's times in my life where I'm like afraid to like make jokes the way I want to make jokes or like say something crazy, but you're not one of those people. Like you're one of those people, I could say something and you misunderstand it. I know that you would be like,
What the fuck?
like, listen, I know you're a fucking idiot. Like, this is what I heard. And that's so good to do.
Yeah.
To be able to go back and forth with honesty and getting feelings off your chest. Like, we're sitting down here right now, and I'm trying to go on this rampant, like,
and I'm like crying.
tirade.
I'm literally crying
But
right now.
I'm just trying to buy time until your eyes dry up. But like, no, I think you're absolutely perfect. I think with like the dating apps and these people, like, I think that the reason that you haven't found somebody like on the dating apps or anything is because, dude, you're the best. Like you deserve like men that are good are few and far between. So you want someone who's going to treat you like a fucking perfect queen, and you deserve that. And that's it may seem like a high demand in yourself, but like knowing that you really deserve someone that's fun and playful and a beautiful person, that is not out of the realm because you have built this life around you where you deserve something that great.
Yeah, and like that is what I'm looking for, is like best friend vibes. Like someone who is willing to like get in a T-Rex outfit and fucking scare people at Vanderveer Park, but then also like chill and watch Netflix when I feel depressed, or like somebody I can actually tell like, hey, I'm kind of feeling depressed right now. Mm-hmm. That's like a big thing for me because, again, like I've been in so many relationships. Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
No,
but like I've been in so many relationships where they're like, ew, like you can't share your feelings like that.
Well, that's not on them. That's not on you.
I know.
That is 100% on the other person. That's not on you. Everyone needs to be the person that looks in the mirror and tells themselves what they want, not what other people want of me. Yeah. And once you find that, then you can find that comfort zone and that groove, and you've done that. And you like to shit on yourself a lot. And like
I'm sorry, that's like half of my comedy is like making fun of myself.
But I know that. But you like to shit on yourself sometimes in ways that you don't deserve that. And I know you don't deserve that because you're better than that. And there's no reason for you to do that other than the way other people have treated you in the past.
It's rough. And like when you went through that for so long and like so many times.
Trust me, I know.
I know. And I've had exes actually like reach out to me and be like, I just want to like I've worked on myself and I want to apologize for how I treated you.
It's because they know how good you were.
They understand like the caliber of person I was. And they're like, fuck, you did not deserve that. I'm like, that's appreciative. But, like, I recently reached out to... So, it's been 10 years since I left my fiancé.
Yes.
And, according to him, it ended differently. But, like, fuck you. That's how that happened.
That's okay.
Yeah, because, like, we were, like, holding each other. And he's like, are you sure you don't want to get married? And I was like, you would still marry me right now? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I just... told you you're not my safe person.
We're very similar in a lot of ways.
I know, and that's why we get along so well.
You'll never understand.
I know.
I was held by that person and told the same type of things. I was like, I'm leaving you.
Yeah, and we like literally held each other and cried. And it was just
because
kind
you
of
care about feelings and people.
We did
You're an
love
empath.
each other.
Big
yes.
empath.
100%. But like we did care about each other. It was just but you can love someone and they're still toxic for you.
You can love someone and not need to spend the rest of your life with them.
100%. You don't need to spend another fucking moment with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. 100%. And like I've learned that over the years. Like you can one of my exes, like we are friends to this day because like he's reached out to me when he's going through a hard time and I help him and I'm like, but I need you to know I'm helping you as a person. I don't want to get back. There's zero interest in getting back together. But like he knows that. He knows that like we just know each other that well. And I appreciate that about people. I appreciate the fact that like sometimes you start out as lovers. You just weren't meant to be that way. But you're still meant to be in their life.
There's that
we can still help each other.
That feeling of love that we get, like that feeling of
that oxytocin.
It's a form of excitement.
Yeah.
You get that when you get a new friend.
Yeah.
Or like you want somebody to be your best friend. Like you're like, oh my God, that was such an incredible conversation with this person. I love them. Like I want to listen to them. I want them to hear me. You get so consumed in the fact that you love those types of feelings so much that you mistaken them for in love.
Yeah, and I actually had people that I was like friends with benefits with, and that's how we started. Mm-hmm. But now we're friends. And we just like literally they're married, they've got kids, I support them, they support me. That's just like I just love that. I love when you get to support human beings.
Yeah, I mean, like we're in this world though where you would like support is at a high rate in our like we. It's so uplifting these communities that we're in, burlesque and comedy, and you. I guess both of us for both.
Well, they're both very vulnerable.
Yes, well, in one way, you're taking your clothes off, and it's a lot of people that had to get brave to do that because they didn't want to do that at the beginning.
It's not easy.
Almost everybody that I've talked to in the burlesque world, they didn't want to do it at the start. It was so scary and so nerve-wracking. Yeah. And comedy's the same way. You're so scared. You're so nervous. You're standing in front of people trying to make people that aren't your friends laugh, and that is, like that's where you realize the moments. It's like I can have all my friends tell me I'm beautiful, and then go do burlesque, like where you're like, whoa, what the fuck am I doing? Or you can have all your friends tell you, dude, you're funny, and then you get up there and you eat a fucking bag full of massive fucking. Well, we're gonna keep it in the same area of like 100 or an hour and 20-ish.
Yeah,
but we're good. Tell the story.
We got 4 minutes. So like I grew up in a family. I'm the last of 4 kids.
You got 6 minutes because I know what 3 minutes means to you.
Okay. Oh yeah, shit. Fuck yeah. So he got me on an open mic night because I was like, I got 3 minutes, and I went for like 10. I don't know time.
Yeah,
which probably means you could be like, I've got a 10-inch dick, and I don't know what that means.
I was like doing this.
Yeah, and then like the lights came on, and I was like, fuck those lights. And I just kept going. But like, okay, so I got into it because like I was the last of 4 kids. But what we decided was like my mom was so stressed about having 4 kids.
Don't tell any of your bits. You're gonna try to tell a bit.
No, I'm not.
Don't
ruin
one of your bits on a fucking podcast where people are here when you go to do a show soon.
I promise.
Okay.
So like, I'm the last of 4 kids. And so really your worth comes down to like, what can you offer your parents? And for me, it was like everybody wanted to make my mom laugh. My dad wanted to make my mom laugh. Everybody wanted to make my mom laugh. So I grew up like, you want to make fucking people laugh. And that's your value. And so, but I grew up with this mindset. So it kind of became natural that like people were, but it's really actually a fucking awful because people were friends with me because they're like, I never know what you're going to say. And I love that. And I was like, you're not a real friend. You're my audience. That's a difference.
Oh, I like that.
You're my audience. You're not my friend.
Yeah, because you are right. That is a weird thing. Like I had gotten called. So like it was about stand up, and I got called the cum guy.
Yeah, and you kind of are, just because of the jokes you make.
But I get that. But the person who said it to me is every joke you say is about cum. And then as I started, I was like, yeah, I am. I'm the cum guy. Like this is like just. But then I started thinking about some of my more in depth jokes, like and things like that I've written, and felt weird about it. I was like, maybe that person doesn't actually hear me.
Yeah.
But I have some people that just walked up to me and told me like, dude, you're my favorite comedian ever. Like,
yeah.
And
you're just like my favorite person ever. So of course you're my favorite comedian.
Wait, are you saying that to me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so much better than Austin, right?
Okay, so here's the thing about Austin Ingalls.
Oh shit, I didn't know you had a thing. I just wanted you to say that about Austin.
I got a thing. I fucking hated Austin Ingalls. When I would see his stand-up, I was like, fuck that guy.
Sweetest guy.
And then like I listened to your podcast and I listened to like Modern Day Overthinker and his podcast on that. And I was like, oh my God, he's the sweetest. I just want to like know him as a person. And I forget sometimes that like
stand-up's an act.
Stand-up's an act. Because for me, it's actually me being more me. And my burlesque is too. It's just me being more me.
So you've been a pirate.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet a pirate. Look at this booty.
Like, so you were a pirate for a burlesque routine.
Yeah.
Well, that's not you being more you than you. Because
that
you've
was
never
me
been okay.
being more me because I put an X on my ass and I was like, here's the booty.
Yeah, I got you.
And I was like, it's a joke, but it's real. So it's actually just me being more of my personality.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect Austin. Austin is the best. But
fuck you, Austin Ingalls. But also, I love you. But and I've never met you. So
see, the thing with him that's cool is his stand-up doesn't reflect his personality at all. It's not real. Like it's not real. They're jokes.
I know.
And we have a hard time realizing that when someone says something, you go, "Oh, how could you say that?"
Fucking hate that guy.
And then they're like, well, actually, like I just said that I wanted all the kittens dead, but this guy saved 10 kittens, like sacrificed his life diving in a volcano to throw kittens up out of the whatever, but it's not real. Stand-up is not real.
Stand-up is not real, but for me it's just me being more me. And I think I do struggle in the stand-up community because I don't do a whole lot of open mics, and that's kind of why. Because it is me just being more vulnerable about me.
That's why I struggle. I don't do all the open mics I should. And like people are like, why is Shane get on shows when he doesn't do the open mics?
Because it's emotionally exhausting.
Well,
actually,
I was just gonna say it's because I'm fucking hilarious, dude. That
too.
Fuck you guys for not being funny.
That too. Fuck you guys. I love my coworkers because I actually struggle making strong friendships. Even you guys. I think you and your wife. I love you guys. Timber? Oh, yeah. No, I was like, do I call in the burlesque world? You're like, do you call him Misha?
Misha, no.
Or Timber?
Everybody already knows she's both of them on here.
Okay, cool. But I tend to I like people, but I also keep them at a distance, which is also why I'm in therapy. Because I'm like, can I just let somebody in? And my coworkers want to know me that way. But it's a struggle. Like, I've known them for a year.
Yeah.
And I still am not friends with them on Facebook.
But like coworkers are tough because the second they start talking shit, like we've all been a part of these times where, and it can just ruin your life. I don't get close with my coworkers at all. Like they don't even know anything about me.
Or just people.
They're like,
I struggle with just people like you, but you and Timmery are just people. And I still am like, I got to keep them at this distance.
No. See, we're closer than that distance. That we're talking about people when you're talking about that. You're not talking about us. But okay, so this is like we're not going to go past this time.
I know.
But you're going to be back. Like you got to be back.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like this was just honestly, one, it was kind of therapeutic, but two, it's just nice to talk to you because how often have we ever got to talk uninterrupted for an hour and a half?
Never
once.
Never.
How often do you get to talk to anybody in your life uninterrupted for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
So
that's true. And
we'll do this again, and then we'll get some suggestions who made it to an hour and 20, whatever. Suggestions for us, like a bucket list.
And also, to be honest, I would love like a podcast with you and me and someone else, and we just do like an Ask Me Anything.
Yeah.
Fucking tell Shane, like, what do you want to know about me as like a shamanic practitioner, as a comedian, as a burlesque dancer?
As someone who suffered from fucking
depression and
anxiety.
Serious depression. So like I like to think of it as like I think differently, and my psychiatrist is like, you've got treatment-resistant depression. So like whatever questions you've got, let me know.
So we'll figure out that, but we'll get another episode rocking soon. You're the best. Do you want people to follow you on any links?
Oh, follow me on TikTok because that's the one I just
started. You
like,
got 2 videos.
3.
You put up a 3rd? Okay. I liked them both.
Yeah, and I lost Facebook friends over it. So
well, I've gained 300,000 friends on TikTok. So thank you guys for subscribing.
Subscribe and like, you assholes.
Okay, so what's your TikTok name?
At Boom Laughs.
You didn't say that.
I did say that actually when you were peeing.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
So Boom Laughs, that's all it is?
Boom Laughs. Yeah.
Okay. What about Instagram, Facebook, anything else?
Look, fuck you guys.
What about Grindr?
Oh, so that's the one app I haven't tried.
That seems like a very hey,
niche?
I'm just here to fuck type of app. Okay, so
also, I think
do you want to drop your username because you may find a good match? I know a lot of good people who listen to this podcast. Thank you for being here, as always.
I would love to meet someone in person. So come to my show, talk to me. Thank you. Also, I have anxiety, so like you gotta make a lot of effort.
Can people send you dick pics?
I have never received a dick pic.
Never once?
Never once.
Timmery, can I send her one?
Oh,
well, see, that's way different.
Yeah. Hi, Tyler. Show me what you're packing.
Who's Tyler?
I don't know, but I guess he's out there.
Fuck yeah, Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Are we gonna do some like ASMR?
Hey, Sweat.
Sweaty.
Sweat. Those sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls. Hey, this is Shot 30 Podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. As always, Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, YouTubes. Always. Thank you for sharing, some subscribing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for listening. Woo! We did it.
We did it.